All right, let's talk a little bit about the new Alien Romulus movie, Birdie. I'm really excited about this movie just came out. We got hiccups over there? What's going on? What's up with these hiccups?
Dude, I
You
drunk
got
that
the hiccups?
drink so. Dude, I don't feel so good, man. Can we just go review this real quick? Like, I not feeling too good.
Little bit of the bubbly. What's going on, guys and gals, and welcome to Good Real Hunting. It's your boy Brad. The Brett Man is right over there. We're going to be giving you our spoiler-free review for Alien Romulus that just came out, the newest Alien flick by Fede Alvarez. Birdie, I'm excited to talk about this movie today. I really am.
Yeah, dude, it's just great to have the Alien franchise back. If this is what it really is going to be, like an Alien like resurgence, like because I'd be all freaking for it, man. Even though Romulus this is not my first Alien movie in the theater, actually back in May I got to watch the original Alien to celebrate its big anniversary.
For me, it is. For me, this is the first time I've seen one in the theaters, and it was a really cool experience. First things first, this thing is about a group of individuals. They're out there trying to seek a better life for themselves. They end up, doing some stuff in space. They're exploring this old abandoned spaceship kind of thing, and that's pretty much the crux of the story. And I think it gives the whole movie gave me a lot of like Dead Space vibes from like the video game and stuff like that. When you
Mm.
have these characters like going through this space station, and how atmospheric it is with all the sounds and the trinkets and all this other stuff. They keep uncovering new things. There's new clues that they keep stumbling across. It's really just creepy and unnerving, and I really like the way it's all kind of set up like that. It's just there's something about exploring an unknown, especially when you're like, especially in space, exploring an
Yeah.
unknown, you know, structure that you don't even know your way around or anything. And you're sitting here seeing like, evidence of all this other crazy stuff that's going on. And you never know what you're gonna find. And us as the viewers, we're just kind of on that ride with them. So we may
Hmm.
know a little bit more than they know because we've seen, the other movies in the franchise, but we're still very much going through that with them. And I really like that aspect of it. The whole time I was sitting there thinking, man, I want to go home and play some Dead Space, man. I want to get or Alien Isolation, the game. That shit was fucking epic too. Very atmospheric, Birdie. Very atmospheric.
Dude, the atmosphere of this film is absolutely phenomenal. Like, it just made me uneasy that very first half of the movie. Kind of like, as you saying, it's like we are learning as the characters are learning. And I love going on that journey, especially if it's a good group of characters. And this is, to me, a good group of characters. Like, you have your traditional badass, you have your traditional main guy, you have your traditional asshole, you have your traditional coward. And of course, you have your traditional robot as well. So everything that just is the blueprint around an alien film, they just set it all up right at the get go. But what I do like about a slow build, Brad, is that it pays off in the middle act, and then it's all freaking up from there. And dude, it fucking went places, man. And another quick note, that Romulus ship, I tell you, dude, I got so distracted. That looked like on one of the freaking levels you play on Star Fox when you go on the left side of the map, right before you go to the final planet. It's just those little cones and all that. I was like, dude, is this a Star Fox mission?
Could be a prequel to that. I never saw Xenomorphs in that
I think
game,
the
but you
whole
never
entire Star Fox fleet got annihilated by the
devoured. Yeah.
xenomorphs.
Well, speaking of that, man, I mean, talking about the space and shit, I thought the effects and all that were fantastic. Especially
Mhm.
Fede Alvarez, he comes off of like Don't Breathe and Evil Dead, a couple movies that are pretty isolated. Now, this is opening things up to a whole new world, a whole new, galaxy, really, out in space and stuff, and all the stuff he has up there. It looks fantastic. It looks better than a lot of the, a little bit more gritty and a little bit more real feeling than a lot of the Star
Mhm.
Wars stuff we've been getting lately. So I like that a lot. It feels like the world's opened up quite a bit. They're taking advantage of some newer technology while still sticking with some pretty solid practical stuff too. Overall, I think the looks of everything from the xenomorphs to this, the plant, the spaceship, the set design,
The
everything was really,
technology.
yeah, all that stuff was really well done. And it fed. So this movie is after, it's between the first two movies, if you weren't aware, between
Mhm.
Alien and Aliens. This movie fits in that time frame very, very well. It feels very consistent with what we got in Alien with everything that's presented. So they did a great job of bringing this back to that world.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. So if you are just like a fan of the Alien franchise, you're going to be fitting in very nicely within this film without really missing any kind of a beat. But if you're a newer fan, I think you're really going to like sink your teeth into this particular movie. And not only that, you're going to want to go back and watch all the other Alien movies as well. So there's a bit of everything for everybody. But definitely, Brad, the two stars of the show of this movie is definitely Callie Spaney, who plays the main lead in Ring, which, first off, Ring, let it ring. And trust me, she lets it ring. And something in particular, but we're not going to spoil it. But yeah, I thought she was great. She was a star earlier this year in the movie of Civil War when she was a young photographer in that movie with Kristen Dunst. So I thought she did a great job there. Just to see her again, it was a very nice, and she was definitely a badass. And Brad, maybe in the upcoming 2 months, man, we might have to do a late inclusion.
I'd squeeze her in. Two S David Johnson as well as Andy, fantastic. Dude
Yes.
blew me away in this movie. I thought he was one. He was one of my favorites.
Don't you love the
I
little flap on his neck? It's like, hey, we all dealt with that little flap before. Like, hey, with here, the little flap of it,
yeah
bam.
yeah
Look,
sticking
I
it.
just thought that was so cool.
They did some really cool shit with the what was it called, the robots. I don't know if there's a name for it, but either way,
Androids. I think it's
the android.
androids in that particular world.
Yeah, sex bots. I don't not maybe not these guys, but either way,
He's a
I
sex bot.
I thought they did some cool stuff with him. Some creep. I mean, like so there's some creepy scenes there too that he was involved with. This movie's loaded with those, but yeah, I really liked his character a lot. From the opening all the way on, like he's really a big part of this that kind of holds everything together.
Mhm.
They both are. They both leads are great.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, of course, the second main event player, we got to talk about the Xenomorph itself. Brad, the Xenomorph looked absolutely fantastic. And to my surprisement, the face huggers really got their shine finally in the franchise. You know how they just pop up for a little bit and they just go away? No, these little
Yeah.
bastards kept on freaking coming, dude. So it's about damn time the face huggers got some respect in an Alien franchise flick. And yeah, again, the Xenomorphs looked absolutely great in this movie. I love the design of it. Scared the hell out of me. And they did a great job like setting up the scares in this movie too. There was like a couple of times where it really like something was to pop out of my chest, man. Like got me that good old feeling, kind of like how the characters experience in this one.
Yeah.
So I thought they did a great job. I think Fede Alvarez definitely understood the assignment on what to do for a proper Alien film.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought the use of all the creatures and stuff was great. They were abundant, and that's what's great is that this movie did. This. I mean, this. I'm just gonna. This might end up being my favorite Alien movie. I've never been a huge Alien franchise guy. Like I like the movies a lot. I always enjoy like the atmospheric ride of the first and the fun time that the second one is. But this to me is a perfect blend of the action in two and the scares of one. It's very consistent with one, but it's got a lot of aliens in it. It's got a lot of face huggers in there. There's a lot of stuff, once things get rolling, it's still a slow burn, but once things get rolling, there's a lot to be, excited about. And but at the same time, while all that's going on, this thing's legit scary as well. There's some good scares in this. This is one of the scarier movies of the year, I would say. I mean, I think it has some great jump scares. The tension in this thing is from beginning to end. I mean, it's nonstop tension in this thing. There's so many different scenes, some scenes without even, where aliens are not even, the scariest part of the scene that happened. So I think that's really cool.
No, dude, you absolutely were spot on with that. It's that perfect blend. So if you're a big fan of Aliens or if you're a big fan of Alien, again, you're going to be very happy with this film because, like Brad perfectly stated, it combines both of those worlds, and Fede Alvarez just mush them very well together. So it's perfectly well done. And the third act, the only thing, because again, I can't go into spoil territory, but badass third act until like the last 10 minutes.
Don't get.
I know, I can't. But I was just saying that is what drags it back for me for being a golden reel.
Dude, the last 10 minutes of this thing, my favorite part of the movie. Peak
Really?
Alien shit. Absolutely. It was
Okay.
fucking awesome. It was dope. It takes some turn. There's things out there. I fucking like. Maybe everybody doesn't like it. I've seen people complain. But for me, I think it was the creepiest part of the movie. There were some of the best scenes of the movie. It was fucking dope as hell. The ending of it got me pumped. That was the one time, like, it, it takes a couple chances there. For me, it pays off because that's what I've always like about the Alien. It's same thing, same place. Now we're doing something a little bit crazier. Love the hell out of it. The foreshadowing leading up to it, fantastic. I love the hell out of that too. The last 10 minutes, this movie, that elevated this movie to the next level for me.
Push it to the limit, and it definitely goes places. So yeah, I would definitely get
shit was scary too, man. So shit was fucking scary, man. That was scarier than like anything we've seen. That was fantastic. I loved it.
Oh man, dude, I'm glad that you loved it, but it's just honestly, it just personally wasn't for me. So, Brad, final thoughts, and what would you give it?
I'm gonna roll with like a man, I thought I'm gonna go 4.75 for that. For right now, I'm gonna go 4.75. Yeah, it's close. It's close. It might make it there one day. But right now I'm gonna say safe 4.75.
Dude, hell yeah, dude. I'm gonna go with the 4.5 out of 5. Again, just those last 10 minutes kind of brought me back nightmares, dude, from Nightmare on Elm Street. Because again, those last 10 minutes held back from a golden reel. It's like experiencing deja vu all over again, dude. But again, I still love this movie. Definitely the assignment was understood and it was very well executed. And definitely I hope they do more in the future.
Yeah, totally, man. This team, man, they got something special. They've done Alien again. They did Alien better here than I personally I may have ever seen. I love the hell out of it. This is everything atmosphere with crazy ass scares. Like by far, the scariest Alien, I would say.
This movie definitely has me excited for the Alien franchise again.
Totally, absolutely. I've never been excited for the franchise. This actually made me want to go home and watch some Alien movies. Haven't done it yet, but
yeah. You know what? I'm going to let you go ahead and get busy on that, Brad. So let me ask you guys, what did you all think about Alien Romulus? Are you definitely a big fan of this movie? Is this your favorite movie of 2024? Or are you on the other side of that we've been hearing about? You just dislike the movie? Let us know in the comment section down below. Again, spoiler free, please. And let's get that discussion rolling.
Yeah, if you want to find a good reels, you can do so by finding us all of our socials right down there in our description. Check them out for us.
Absolutely. Until then, Brad, I gotta take care. Oh shit, not again.
Don't go dying on me.
I gotta see you guys.
Bye bye, birdie.